I'm making a little snack real quick for my lady. I'm here, but just yeah, in the next 10 minutes,
No
I'll hear
problem.
everything you guys say.
No problem. We're going to be recapping for a little bit, so go ahead and do your thing. All right, welcome back, everybody. I am the Dungeon Master, and tonight we are rejoining the party of Heroes Wanted. Donovan, Soggy, and Elwyn have all been welcomed by the tribe and have been partying and had a vision quest, I guess you could call it. And each of them have, been changed somewhat by these visions. And so now they are off to go on a hunt with the rest of the lizard folk tribe, but they are still haunted by the memories of what was going on. So, Elwyn is still thinking heavily of his guilt over the loss of life that was suffered, and Soggy is still reeling from the strange encounter with the Kraken that somehow felt connected to his patron, the Bunyip. And
And
Donovan,
his curiosity about the bunyip is ever growing.
oh, for sure. And Donovan has had a vision, sort of a Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader esque vision, where he saw his own face on the face of a lich, and while he struggles to piece this puzzle together, it weighs heavily on him what this portends for his future.
Just Sagi is just and Sagi, but all people who see Sagi just outside, it's just kind of like just this just this guy that who is just suffering all the brain cramps.
Indeed.
So, what happens next?
Next, you guys set off into the jungle in search of your quarry. Can everybody see?
Yep, we can see. And I see my familiar has returned.
He has indeed. There's a couple more lizard folk here. Let me just add them. Five of their best hunters, Elwyn, Donovan, and Soggy, along with his familiar Silas, continue off into the jungle where they are hunting whatever they can find, basically. But one of the major sources of meat around here are wild boar. And so they go off in search of whatever they can find, but aware that they might encounter a dangerous boar.
Boars that are especially dangerous.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Donovan, I just saw your question. No, it looks like we have lost Neris. So the lizard folk just kind of, you know, lead you guys through the jungle here. They stay grouped up so that they can defend themselves. Donovan, I guess, should kind of be up front in front of you guys a little.
Why is it that the fourth player is the guy who always sort of like disappears?
Yeah, it's kind of the way it goes with D&D. You know, you gain people, you lose people. I've put out the call for more, and hopefully we'll get a couple players soon.
Yeah.
Hey, I
I'm
don't
hoping
see
to see what
the screen.
appears next.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
You guys can't see anything.
I can.
I certainly can.
Unless it's like pitch black.
Everything should be okay. Let me double check. That was
There we go.
really weird. Alright. Yeah, I just had to click on your token to verify what was going on there. You apparently didn't have sight.
Also, Sagi didn't see any of his tribe members, curiously, in the.
No, you did not.
Guess these ones weren't the ones teamed up with Sagi's old class.
Right. Or perhaps they, are no longer around. You don't really know.
Elwyn. Since I have fused with my little phantom friend, I don't feel as dexterous as I once was. This heavy armor, I don't think that I am the hunter I once was. I think any prey that we may find, I'll easily scare them off.
I think we're hunting boar right now, though, Donovan. Last I checked, boar aren't exactly skittish animals in these parts.
Boars no run. Run at us.
Yes.
So I think that heavy armor is going to be quite handy, given the circumstances.
The lizard folk all stop here and appear to be investigating something.
Sagi whispers in Draconic to the nearest lizard folk. What is that you find?
Tracks.
Oh. Prey is nearby.
Possibly.
I relay the information to Elwyn.
That is some good news right here.
As they come here, everybody rolls for perception. Soggy, you can smell the foul stench of swine.
Oh, Sagi smells it. Soggy smells that stinky swine stuff.
Elwyn, you notice some of the branches rustling in the trees down here.
There's movement. Keep your eyes open.
The lizard folk all prepare their javelins to throw, and suddenly, crashing out of the underbrush, you spot the giant beast.
Oh!
Careful! It approaches!
Soggy sees that. Soggy smells that.
Yes, it does rather stink, doesn't it?
Initiative, Donovan? Oh, there you go. Okay. Might have just been delayed.
I know my perception check was delayed when I did it. Oh, I have
Yeah,
to go first.
it happens sometimes. So these cliffs are about 20, 25 feet tall until you get down to the end here, and then it, drops to 10 and 5 right
Well,
here.
that's a good thing I don't intend to go down that way at the moment. I should be able to walk just fine through that right there, right?
That is rough terrain.
Rough terrain? Okay, that's fine. So let's see here. Check and see how. Yeah, I get basically where I was wanting to get. So I'm gonna get right there. And then fire off an arrow at the thing, because I should have plenty good visual right here.
Yeah, I mean, there is some soft cover just from the underbrush that's kind of in your line of sight there, but your
Right.
elevated position gives you enough of an angle to where, I mean, this is a giant boar, we're talking about here. It's not some tiny little object that you're aiming at. So you have enough of an angle to get to it, but it does have soft cover. However, you still manage to hit it.
All right then. And that will end my turn. And I'm used to how it goes for all the other games I'm in, where I'm clicking in turn. Is it delayed?
No,
Soggy.
it went.
It went? Oh, it's delayed on my side then.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it happens.
Soggy's going to just get over here with Savannah's camp over here, and Soggy's like, "Do not worry, Soggy will get this. We'll strike it."
From your angle, this large palm tree or whatever is kind of blocking your line of sight, so it has cover.
Maybe here.
You'd have to get like over here more to this wide open area.
How about here?
Yeah, that'll work. Now you have line of sight without cover.
I'll be back.
You manage to hit the boar with your Eldritch Blast. Doesn't seem to do much though.
Uh-oh.
The lizard folk all step forward and throw their javelins one by one. And then Donovan.
I will fire upon it with my.
Now, once again, it's going to have soft cover because of the angle you guys are at. Oof. Donovan's worst fears are confirmed as his aim with the crossbow is nowhere near what he expected it to be.
That's funny. I did -1 damage.
Yeah.
So if I hit him, I'm gonna heal him with that crossbow bolt.
Yeah, he regains hit points. No, you would just have to change your weapon from dexterity for the damage to none. Because you don't actually deal negative damage when you have a negative modifier with a weapon like that. Unless it was a strength-based weapon. Oh, the lizard folk misses with his javelin. This one does not. Soft cover. Ooh, he misses. Hitting the branches, the javelin goes astray. This one's aim is true and the wild boar is badly damaged. But not only does it fly into a rage and charge the pile of lizard folks anyway, but as it does so, you see behind it not one, but two more of the giant beasts.
Oh boy. This is not good.
So this one charges in straight at the lizard folk and tusks him. Slashing him badly, forcing him to make a difficulty class 13 strength throw or be knocked prone. Unfortunately, he does not make it and is knocked to the ground from the boar's mighty charge that ripped a big gash in him.
Well, now there's 3 of them. In that case,
Do I hear 4?
we're gonna be like an auctioneer. We got 4.
Oh, I was doing DBZ abridged where Vegeta keeps getting mad because Trunks said there would be 2 androids and then there ends up being like 8 or whatever.
Because of like 19, 20, and Cell
Yeah,
and 16.
and then 16, and then the
Bird
Super Android 13 saga and all that.
and 16 comes back, and it's a Super 16. And
Yeah, exactly. So, with all the androids adding up, I figured it was funny in the moment, do I hear for?
I mean, I know this is sort of out there, but you know how tragic that is. 16 is based off of Dr. Giro's son, who was killed by Kid Goku.
Yeah, yeah, it's sad. Ooh, Elwin, you attacked the charging boar, correct?
No, I attacked one of the ones this one on the left.
Oh,
Right
that
here.
one. Okay, I didn't see
Yeah.
where the effect was. Okay, so you do hit that one. You would have killed the other one. I was gonna let you describe the death.
Well, I'm trying to minimize the number of boars that are coming onto the field.
I don't do this too often, but I will let you know. Focused fire is almost always going to be your best approach.
It lowers the amount of combat actions against.
It's a good thing I was planning action surge anyway.
Yeah, and again, I'm not telling you what to do, nor will I, give you tactics all the time, but just as a matter of discussion, it's almost always best to focus fire.
All right then.
Ooh, and unfortunately, your arrow hits, but does not deal enough damage to down the boar. Oh, and I lied to you anyway. He would not have died due to the boar's ferocity or whatever they call it. If you deal less than 10 damage, it just drops to 1 hit point instead.
Fancy. There we go.
Yeah, boars suck.
Soggy's going to hit it with an Eldritch Bolt.
It does have
And
soft cover due to the foliage in your way.
so where should I be placed? If I
There's
want to
no
hit it.
there's no good place right now unless you get all the way around it, which you don't have enough movement to do and attack. So
But
it's just +2 to its. Oh wait, that's full cover. That's +4 to its AC, but you can still hit. So, I mean, go nuts.
and also it would be an advantage because the lizard folk are nearby.
Yeah, and you're just tearing through some jungle foliage. So like blast away. And that's why you do that. So you critically strike the giant boar for 16 damage, which is over 10, and therefore manages to kill the boar. Would you like to describe how it dies, or shall I?
The Eldritch Blast flies through the air like a like a like an air like an arrow through in the night, and and the blast causes its frontal lobe to blast into shattering piece into gore, just and it just falls dead on its just falls dead.
Yes, as the boar is tusking away at the prone lizard folk, it just explodes its frontal part of its skull and it drops to the ground dead. All right,
Good work, Soggy.
this lizard folk is gonna
Yes,
move up over
Soggy
here.
did something.
And then
Lizard folk are splitting the party.
it raises its shield and takes the total defense, preparing for the next wave of charges.
Sir Donovan.
And yeah, it's splitting the party, but he's also trying to defend Soggy in case one of the boars were to charge that way.
I was just making a joke.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like just that you understood the tactics that I was
Yeah.
using.
It made sense since he is little Soggy.
Donovan, you there? Check, Donovan.
His green screen keeps
Donovan.
popping up, but it's not coming. Any sound come through.
Oh, he might be on mute again or something.
Yeah, I don't know what to do, to be honest. I don't really know how to help. I guess. I mean, are we still in combat?
Yes.
You're very much in
All right.
combat as there are two new giant boars right down here, and that boar is dead. So yeah.
One boar.
Maybe you
Ah.
can help with the defense.
Yeah, I guess I'll slide down this little ditch here.
That's a 20
then-
foot. That's a 25 foot cliff right there. You can
All
jump.
right, I guess I'll stand here and look at the boars.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not trying to like, shoot down all of your planes or nothing. This boar flies into a rage and charges in, this time at the other standing lizard folk.
Well, I suppose we'll be eating well tonight once we take care of these boars.
Or they take care of you. Who, that lizard folk is knocked prone.
Man, lizard folk just get knocked around.
And it took another nasty gash. You guys are fighting king killers here.
Apparently.
Seeing his fallen comrade, this lizard folk bravely steps over him and attempts to smash the giant boar with his heavy club. He manages to do so, but deals very little damage as the boar just shrugs it off. This lizard folk stands up and raises his spiked shield in total defense since he's so hurt. This lizard folk is going to join this other one in forming a defensive line over here. Total defense. And then this giant boar indeed charges straight at them.
Total defense.
Ooh, that might not hit. That does not hit. Oh, wait. Yep, nope, that does not hit. I got confused for a second because you get +2 when you charge in 3.5 or Pathfinder. So as the boar charges in, he should have had disadvantage anyway. The lizard folk's shield raises in time and deflects his sharp tusks. This lizard folk stands up, total defense. This giant boar is dead.
Now it's back to me. well, I'm going to fire an arrow at the closest boar currently. It's going to be an enfeebling arrow at that.
So that obviously hits, dealing
Yeah,
7
and it needs
piercing and
to-
7 necrotic, and then it's got to make its con save.
Yeah, 14 DC.
Oh, you want a piece of a giant boar's con? Oh, come on.
So
I
its
talked all
damage
that
is
shit.
Yeah, no, you talked all that crap and then bam, 5. And that'll end my turn.
Okay, Sagi's going to attack that boar that's currently trying to carve everyone up into pieces. Is it partial cover, or where should I go if I want to hit him without? Where's the best place?
Okay, so you're talking about this boar right here, right? No, that one? Okay. The best place to attack that boar. Yeah, see, all the lizard folk are in your way, man. So, like, really, there's not any way. I mean, if you could get where this boar is, but that boar is there, so you don't want to go anywhere there. So you're just going to have to deal with the fact that you got normal attack because it's advantage because they're by it, but then disadvantage because it's in melee. So normal attack.
But what if I were to be right here?
Then it's got cover from the foliage.
I have a question. Since this hill right here is at an angle, could he potentially stand like up here and fire, and would it still provide lizard folk still provide cover? Since he
I'll
would be on
allow
higher
it.
ground.
I'll allow it.
So here.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't thinking about that aspect of it, but Donovan's 100% correct. This is why they need like 3D maps, but yeah.
Her tail speed should be pretty good to do that. But I'm gonna assume that doesn't hit, right?
Yeah, that doesn't hit. It does deal 10 damage, which is not enough to kill the boar. So, unfortunately, it doesn't die on this hit.
Stay away from lizard friend.
Hard pass. This lizard folk just steps up to make sure the boar can't get around, and total defense.
Now it's Donovan, who's currently standing there trying to look stoically. Maybe not necessarily stoic, but trying to get that heroic pose.
He's got the Superman pose going.
Yeah, if he had a cape on, it'd be flapping in the wind, despite the fact there's no breeze.
There are, however, things Donovan could potentially do.
He's gonna step right on top of a lizard folk.
Yeah, we'll put you right there in between them. Now you guys are all shoulder to shoulder.
Total defense. The
All
3
right.
shields.
This giant boar no longer can charge, but it is still raging and dying and pissed off, so it's just going to tusk whatever's in front of it. Ooh.
Which that damage is halved if it hits.
And it didn't hit. And I also forgot to roll at disadvantage again. But it already didn't hit. So these guys see that you guys are like mighty warriors kicking some boar butt here, so they just keep right on going total defense. They're like, hell, we'll hold the boar back. You guys kill it. Let's do this. This boar is still enraged and goring at everybody, but it sees the newcomer come in and says, a new fighter has entered the arena.
I was about to say, this is going to be like a boxing match over here. Don's
So
gonna straight box the boar.
disadvantage. Yeah, disadvantage. And yeah, that probably doesn't hit.
What? An 11
No,
doesn't
it
hit
is
the
not.
paladin? Are you serious? The 11 doesn't hit?
Donovan raises his shield and easily deflects the boar's tusks. Yeah, same plan as the other guys, lizard folk. Total defense. Get on with it.
I'm gonna move forward just a hair more.
You're right at the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull out legless shots, you know? What do my elf eyes see?
Mostly some pissed off pigs.
Sounds legit. See if I can't put down that. Only 6 damage.
I
12
don't
even
even
hit?
think that hits. Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
It does?
It just hits,
Wow.
but you deal 6 damage. It has 5 hit points left. But the boars have a special ability to where it only has 1 hit point left now. Relentless. If the boar takes 10 damage or less, that would reduce it to 0 hit points. It is reduced to 1 hit point instead. But it cannot use that ability again.
You freaking pig. Why don't you just die?
Soggy will get it! As he summons an Eldritch Blast to at its ooh.
Yeah. Did you roll that advantage though? Because they're by you? Oh yeah, you did. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, you miss.
Soggy just sort of ugh, stupid.
The lizard folks like, yeah, you suck out loud. And then they continue to do total defense.
You guys suck. Total defense.
Don't even mind kid finishing the ball.
I'm gonna slash at it with my blade.
Yeah, bust out that lightsaber. Aha, you stab at the boar and slash it right across its meaty shoulder neck area, dealing 11 radiant damage that just seems to slice right through it like a hot knife through butter.
I'm gonna forever start thinking of Donovan's sword as
Shave and haircut.
As what?
I'm gonna think of it as a bug zapper now.
Yeah.
I just had that thought pop in my head, and now it's there. For to share.
And then you still have your move or your minor? Nope. Okay. And this giant boar now flies into a even greater rage and tusks at whatever's in front of him. Remembering disadvantage this time. Oh yeah, and he's no longer weakened.
Not
But
that
he
it really
does
did much
miss.
good.
Yeah, but he does miss, so total defense, total defense, total defense, giant boar. The giant boar, pissed off that you slashed him, is going to try to return the favor.
Ouch.
Critically striking you for 13 damage, and as the slash digs into your leg, you notice that you are slowed. It's not going to like bleed or nothing like that, but like you're just slowed for now.
Alright, boar. It's time for you to die. Right at 10. Are you serious?
But it already used that
Oh, wait,
ability.
yeah. So now I'm just aiming straight at its eye.
Yep. Would you like to
Okay.
describe it?
Literally, as I knock the arrow, I'm going to take half a second before loosing it. It's just going to straight arc through the air. And as I'm imagining the boar rears up for a quick moment, and then it just strikes it right in the eye, as it does.
Nice.
Kind of like runs up over here and strike and shoots an eldritch blast at the giant boar. Time to go by now.
Your
No,
Eldritch Blast strikes the boar in its meaty thigh. You can smell cooked bacon as it scorches it. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, lizard folk. Total defense. How hard is it? Get on with it.
Let's get a move on.
Oh, is it? Isn't it now surrounded, like flanked?
No, because you are not in melee with it.
All right.
Donovan swings Arcadius's blade, but the wound on his leg seems to be bothering him slightly as his strike goes awry. Obviously, there was no mechanical effect actually affecting your roll. That's just what I'm using to flavor the reason why you missed. If you're talking, I can't hear you. Did I freeze up? Anybody there?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Oh, yeah, it took a minute. All right.
Are the other lizard folk going to try and flank the remaining
You bet your dragon-like acid they are. So this one moves up, total defense. This one moves up, total defense. Total defense. Giant boar. Now the giant boar is surrounded and he's really angry and he's just turning and lashing out at anyone, so he spins around and attacks one of the newcomers.
at disadvantage?
At disadvantage. Slashing him for 11 damage. That lizard folk is dying. And this one moves down into flanking position and total defense.
Oops, was not trying to move.
Elwyn jumps off the cliff.
Yes. I'm going to just go straight ahead, jump off. It's worth it.
It's like Skyrim when you think you're right at the edge and then you move a little bit too much.
Woo! Fire another feebling arrow at it.
Ooh,
Not
just
another one at this one.
just hitting, except he's in melee. So did you remember to roll disadvantage?
But I'm not in melee.
No, he is with all your allies. It's hard to hit him. You got to roll 1d20 again just to see if you actually missed. Or
And
you
then
know,
add my modifier, right?
yeah, but you can just roll 1d20 and I'll know instantly what's up.
That misses.
Yep. So, wait, you don't have +8, do you? You do have +8.
Are you serious? That's awesome.
It
That's
hits. So you deal 8 necrotic and 11 piercing. Holy cow.
And next is the Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, like I said, Boar's got this on lockdown. What'd I say? What'd I say? I said Boar's got this on lockdown. Just making up for the last one.
Sagi, seeing like one of his allies fall down, he kind of panics. But suddenly, that eldritch power that he was feeling before starts acting up, and he's going to.
He's going to go silent.
Huh? I was had my mom.
I was looking for the. Remember the new. One of them is cure wounds.
Oh. So you walk up to the lizard folk and touch him?
Yep. And kind of like something just as kind of like these ancient sort of water sort of flows into its wounds.
Indeed. As your touch presses down on him, your palm becomes clammy and wet, and a wet spot forms on the lizard folk's wound. Water, like the water of life, begins to flow out of your hand and into the lizard folk, and suddenly he coughs up a small amount of water and is back up to 1 hit point. Well, it could be more, but you didn't roll, so 5d6. Are you sure that's right? Yeah, you heal 1d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier, which is your charisma. So, and if you cast it using a second level spell slot or higher, which you don't actually have that because you have,
It's 8. It's 8.
yeah, there you go. So he has 2 hit points. Total defense. Big D. And don't forget, if you're attacking this turn, you do have advantage because they're flanked on all sides. You there, Donovan?
Donovan. Donovan.
Oh, you got to roll again because you have advantage. Yeah. So you still get the 7 radiant damage because it goes off of the first roll for damage, but as you swing your blade, the boar is quite distracted. It had already turned around to gore the one lizard folk, and so you slice at it, dealing 7 damage. However, that's not enough to kill it due to its relentless power. Oh, okay.
Is one of the lizard folk going to finish off?
Don't know. Right now, the boar is still up and fighting. And the lizard folk aren't willing to take any chances, so nope, total defense. The boar turns to attack Donovan again.
If it attacks anything but me, I'm going to attack. It
Oh,
proceeds to attack him.
Nope, never mind. I was only doing that to like give the combat a little more excitement at the end here. Like it turns to attack one of the lizard folk. So Donovan, get your attack in. I'm not gonna punish a player for using good tactics. Ooh, you managed to hit the boar as it goes to attack. It still gets its attack in, but, right? This doesn't interrupt it. This is just your reaction. This is happening at the same time. Yeah, that's right. So it still gets its attack at disadvantage. Let's see how this goes.
And half damage too.
Oh, that's right. And it misses.
Not that it matters.
Yeah, and it misses. And as it goes to gore at the lizard folk who blocks it with his shield, Donovan steps in with his sword of light and just slices straight down the giant boar's entire side, opening it up like a tauntaun.
I say don't leave on.
All right. So here you guys sit in the middle of the jungle, bloodied but victorious.
We're gonna eat good tonight.
Donovan and some of the lizard folk are bloodied.
Yeah,
Let's
not all of you are bloodied.
I will raise my sword into the air and begin to laugh. Ha 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 ha!
so
The lizard folk all look at you. They stand there for a second, and then they all start raising their clubs and imitating your laugh in a weird lizard.
So and did the lizard folk notice about like Soggy's power that was allowed to heal?
Oh yeah, the lizard folk that you healed is extremely grateful, and he turns to you and he offers you his shark tooth necklace that he has. This is one of the symbols of the tribe's loyalty
Gratitude.
and everything to each other, and each warrior, each soldier in the tribe gets one of these when they are named to be a man. That young lizard folk that you had encountered had just gotten his just recently, and you know it's a thing that you have for your whole life like that. So from the time you're just old enough to be considered old enough to go out and hunt and do all the stuff until you die, you carry this. But they give it to like outsiders like you that save their lives and do great services to them. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Soggy really appreciates this and gives a goofy smile.
It is
Before
the
then-
most horrifying thing any of you have ever seen to see a kobold try to smile.
Soggy, perhaps not. Maybe less teeth as you smile. Just like lip smile.
Cool. He kind of just sits back down and just
And now he looks eerily like the Joker as he tries to smile with his lips.
Better. We'll work,
he
we'll
just
work.
stops, just puts a straight face.
It's okay, Soggy. We'll work on it, like I said.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys work on that. That's what one of the lizard folk say.
Friends, Soggy, Elwyn. While we butcher these animals, I'd like to talk to you about some.
Of course.
Yes. Soggy is listening.
I feel strange. I'm sure you've noticed it, of course. I feel not the same as I once. Even the word I doesn't seem appropriate. It's more of we.
Oh, we? Then are you sure you're not having some sort of psychotic break given the circumstances?
No. I have been tapping into powers I've never had before. I feel more comfortable around those which I am not familiar with. Since that cave we entered, since our defeat at that dragon, I feel like I'm a different person.
We have yet to defeat any dragons.
You were defeated by a dragon, I said.
Oh, I thought you said
Our
defeated.
defeat of...
My bad. clerical issue, me mishearing things. Go on.
I know not what has become of me, but I worry of the future. This coupled with my vision of seeing a lich become me, become us, I think. I am quite concerned. I hope for the best, of course. Inside of me, I feel as if I'm not necessarily in control as I like I am watching myself operate a wagon. There's another person in here. And this body you see before me, before us, I don't think this is mine.
Definitely
I-
warrant further
When
investigation.
you so you feel like you is not you.
I have heard of something once before. Other evils that usually would have not, my former self would have not cared much for. I've heard of things known as demonic possessions, but this doesn't feel evil. I think that I am possessed by a benevolent entity.
Perhaps. This is outside of. Would Elwin have heard of anything akin to this before? You muted, DM?
I'm sorry, what's that?
I was asking if Elwin would have heard of anything like what Donovan is describing, like a demonic possession, but not with a malevolent spirit, but with a benevolent in nature sort of spirit.
Oh,
Like
I
he's
see. I
describing.
see what you're saying. Roll for knowledge religion.
Religion. No.
No, you can't think of anything that sounds like that.
I'm trying to rack my brain for anything that would be similar to this, but it's outside my realm of expertise. I was a soldier. I wasn't someone who did studying of these various sorts of things.
Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Would you guys tell this guy to keep his feelings to himself? Whatever do you mean, Donovan? Don't worry about it. Ah! As I'm sort of talking as if two different people, trying not to seem like a crazy person in front of the lizard.
Yeah, I got that when you switched up the voice there, that you were switching back to original Donovan for a moment.
Soggy just kind of like looks at this situation and just mutters to himself, and mutters to his familiar, and they say, I am the weird one.
Yeah, well, wait till oh man, you know what I can't wait for? I just thought of this. Yo, don't warlocks eventually like have gained the ability to read minds?
I think there might be certain patrons, but
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's dependent on your patron.
Yeah.
Oh darn, because that would have been cool. Like Soggy reads Donovan's mind and is just like two people like arguing with each other, like you're trying to pilot a robot.
we'll see about trying to get you sorted out as best we can. But like I said, this is beyond my realm of expertise. I know nothing on. I don't suppose you'd know anything about runes getting branded all over someone's skin at random.
That would certainly be beyond my expertise,
Not
even if I was
necessarily.
not.
the elf in you might know something. You should roll religion at disadvantage because you seem to be having a schism at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry, Arcana at disadvantage for religion. I was still on
I
the.
don't have access to that, so I mean I could roll it.
Oh, you don't have access to that? Then never mind. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't have access to Arcana before either.
yeah, you're right.
Let us butcher this our catch and take it back to the lizard's village.
Yes, and maybe the lizards might have people that know of our particular situations.
So you guys set about to start field dressing the giant boars?
Or at least helping the lizard folk do so.
Yeah, well, they were just getting sticks together and gonna tie them to the legs and take it back to the village. But you know, you guys come over and start assisting, and I'm sure Donovan knows how to field dress, having been out on his own for some time, and Elwin was a soldier, so for sure he knows how to do it. So
Not anymore, I don't.
Soggy kind of like is sort of this thing and just sort of just trying to help his friends in some sort of way that isn't like lifting, just sort of emotionally supporting. Yeah, la, la, la.
Soggy's telling Elwin what a great job he's doing with that knife.
Thanks, Soggy. I'm gonna see if one of the lizard folk will let me have one of the tusks.
Well, they, you know, like I said,
I
were
did.
just gonna carry it all
Yeah.
back. They hadn't even like done any of that. But if you start to remove a tusk, I mean, they don't make any reaction.
Well, I mean, I figure they're gonna remove the tusks when we get there. You know, when they get ready to cook. I don't imagine they're gonna eat the tusks.
Yeah, no, they don't eat the tusks.
Yeah, I was about to say that doesn't seem very logical, but I mean, to each their own.
But yeah, I mean, are you removing it now, or are you just gonna wait?
I'll just wait.
Okay. But as you guys begin to help them field dress the boars, all of you are too focused on what's going on to notice that another predator was hunting these boars, and now that you guys have killed them, thinks that this is the perfect opportunity to seize its kill, and so it leaps from the shadows of the um, branches and foliage at Soggy seems to be the furthest away. So we all roll for initiative, but you guys don't get to go this round because it gets a surprise round.
Donovan with the crit.
Donovan somehow, some way, sensed this big cat's presence and will actually
along
get
with along with one of the lizard folk.
yeah, and will actually get to go. Oops, I'm sorry, I rolled for you accidentally, Donovan. I meant to grab the lizard folk. I'll reset your initiative, don't worry. All right, so the saber-toothed tiger still gets to go first, but then the lizard folk and then Donovan. So the saber-toothed tiger leaps at Soggy. Advantage. Alright, so it hits you for 12 slashing damage, and you have to make a difficulty class 14 strength save or be knocked prone. You want to make this save.
Wow, way to put all the pressure on.
You did not make that save. And so you take 12 slashing damage, are knocked prone, and
Soggy
now it's
just
going to
like
try to bite you. And it bites you for 8 more piercing damage.
Hey, kitty, you want to be friends?
The
Hey.
lizard folk whose life you saved sees you knocked prone and instantly rushes in and swings at it with its heavy club.
Get away.
Bashing it for a little bit of damage.
Just a little bit. You wouldn't want too much. Otherwise it becomes it's too easy, right?
Right. Now, Donovan, you're still wounded from the giant boar slashing your leg with that critical hit, so you're still slowed.
All right, I am going to. Darn, this kind of stinks with all these dead things in the way. I'm gonna try to approach. Oh dang, Soggy needs.
Oh yeah,
All right, I
it's
will
looking
approach.
dire for Soggy right now.
Soggy just he just screamed at the top of his lungs when the thing
Lay on
just
hands for 16 on my little lizard friend.
Hey, there you go.
Fancy.
That's cool because like I remember in like 3.5, you didn't have things like Sentinel. Like if you ran up on somebody and like gave them a good healing touch, that was your turn. But now I could if this thing tries, I could heal you, and if it tries to hit you, hit it.
Yeah, yeah.
But before that actually
they
happens,
did have some feats that would help.
would you? So you're the person that needs the most help right now. So I'm offering you the option here. Would you like for this? If this thing tries to hit you at disadvantage, would you like? If this thing tries to hit you, would you rather have me hit it? It'll still hit you, or I can apply its attacks at disadvantage.
apply its attacks at disadvantage.
Sure. So I'm going to be using protection as a reaction should this creature attempt to attack my ally.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so this lizard folk is still trying to save the little brave lizard who saved his life, so he continues swinging his heavy club. Again, he strikes clean, but doesn't really deal a whole lot of damage.
Smack it upside the head.
Yeah, he's just kind of bashing it a little. The cat's like, "Rawr." All right, now finally gathering their senses, the rest of the lizard folks are like, "Oh, there's stuff going on." Oh. So they begin to grab their shields and move forward, but they have to gather their equipment first. So he can only move. He can't take the total defense this round.
I will engulf my sword in a mighty flame, and then I will let loose a bestial roar. Ah! Never mind then. Gonna hit.
It's a good try.
Smite.
That works much better. As you swing your sword, you manage to catch the giant cat for a small amount of damage, plus your smite.
Sweet. So it would be like 12 damage.
That's what I was going with. Is that your turn?
Donovan?
Was that your turn then, Donovan? Check, check. Donovan, you there? I am going to assume that's your turn and forward it.
Right. I'm going to move down to here. And I'm going to attempt to shoot it.
And now it is in melee, so disadvantage.
Yeah.
And you still manage to hit it for max damage?
Feels pretty good. I haven't gotten a max damage in a while. That's going to end my turn.
The lizard folk grabs his shield and moves forward to help defend.
The lizard folk with their defense.
Hey, if it ain't broke.
Just leave it to the 3 newbies. They got it.
The little lizard casting lightning bolts everywhere, and the archer who can't miss, and the dude wielding a lightsaber, yeah, they seem to have this in hand. Like, why risk getting gored or bitten to death when you can defend and the other guys will, like, provide all the offense needed? It's your turn, Soggy. You gotta remember, the lizard folk are, like, real living things. They don't want to die. You know, the only reason the
That's a valid
one
point.
is attacking, like, so ferociously is because Soggy just saved his life.
Doggy's going to try and get up from being prone. That's going to take an action.
It takes half your movement.
Okay. And he's going to disengage.
That's an action.
I'm out of here.
He's like, do not want to die. Do not want to die.
The cat says, "Get away from my food."
You gave him a 7.
talk?
Accent.
No. That Soggy can speak with animals.
Oh,
But I know that.
No, because yeah, no, yeah.
Donovan was confused. He's like, the Sabertooth can talk.
Yes, but no,
can't we talk about this?
no.
Well, technically yes, but no. Maybe like that one meme.
Oh, what the heck? That's a bad attack, kitty.
It's a bad kitty.
Once again, grabs his shield and moves forward to defend. Gets in front of Elwyn. Swings his heavy club because he's already in the lust of battle at this point.
I can just hear the bonk sound effect.
Yeah, it's supposed to be making it. I don't know why it isn't. Total defense. Total Donovan. You there, Donovan?
I am going to strike it once again with my. Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
But I will try to intimidate.
Okay.
Intimidation.
So I guess I miss the tiger, and then continue sort of waving the flaming sword about.
Yep. Eh, you know, it's something, but the tiger isn't just cowed by it.
Now, I should be able to move through that like it's heavy terrain, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to run through that, and as I get close to the end, I'm going to slide and fire an arrow at the saber-toothed tiger. Which is still at disadvantage because of the melee, right?
Yes. Oh no. You got a clean shot.
Oh. Well, either way.
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
Yeah.
Near max, too.
So you deal 11 piercing damage. And the big cat is shook as your arrow hits it, surprised from the side. Total defense.
Sucker.
Soggy's going to try and strike it with Eldritch Blasts because there is an opening.
Just enough of one. Your blast manages to knock the kitty for a loop, and it turns and flees into the underbrush.
Soggy yells at the top of his lungs, And do not come back!
You hear it roar in the distance.